guess the overarching principle for me is trying to make a difference that's going to be for the long term. And so everything I've done has been with the idea of trying to improve the healthcare system, improve access for people, improve the kinds of people that are going to be providing care in the community, and improve the settings in which those people work.
In interviewing Carol for my master's thesis, I got to speak a lot with her about advocacy, how it's changed throughout her career into what it is now as the health advocate role in Canada. So in the early stages of Carol's career, she was doing work as a health advocate before that was a term that other physicians didn't think was her job, didn't think she should be using her time that way, didn't understand it, but she did it anyways because it is what she believed it meant to be a physician, and it's what she wanted physicians to be in Canada.
Before I knew the language of participatory research, I was doing it. Everything you do as a researcher has the possibility of making change in the community and of leaving that community with capacities it didn't have before.
Carol and I encountered each other because we heard mutually that each of us was interested in addressing the problem of medical services for people who had come forward saying they had been sexually assaulted.
And we went to a meeting, actually, the BCMA at the time, and we came out of that meeting saying to each other, something needs to be done. We need to make sure that there are better services available. We looked at each other and realized that no one else was going to do it.
I don't think if it had all just been about me, I could never have set that service up.
We initially started with developing the project around children, and then developed what is now the Vancouver Sexual Assault Assessment Service, which provides 24/7 care to anyone.
It's been a trademark of Carol's professional career, is her curiosity and understanding the ways in which some questions can be answered and best answered in the research context.
Much more of my intervention as a leader was about clarifying and listening, very much like mentoring, clarifying and listening to the problem and helping people to work out a solution rather than solving the problem for them.
She's a transformational leader. She's not a transactional leader. Transformational leaders know how to take things to the next level. They look at the situation that we might have with healthcare education or with the delivery of physician healthcare.
I don't think without Carol's leadership and really decades of trying to help people give themselves the space to pull those things together, that Western Schulich School of Medicine would be the same, and I know I definitely wouldn't either.
But transformational leaders like Carol Herbert know how to move a massive system into a significant change movement pattern.
I thought I could bring a voice that maybe wasn't a voice that had been heard before, and I was able to then go on and become one of the first 2 women deans and the first 2 family doctor deans in Canada. Being the dean was a wonderful job from my perspective because I got a chance to look across the array of the disciplines in the medical school and to study up, to learn things I didn't know, to listen to issues from across the system.
My journey to becoming a doctor was a circuitous path, and one that would not have existed without Dr. Herbert's help. Working with Carol was the difference between suspecting I could do something and knowing that I could do something.
What can future leaders learn from her? They can learn essentially the big one, which is to be courageous. When you see something, say something. But when you see something and say something and don't do something, and you're in a powerful position to do something, do something. There are a lot of people who just stand back and say, oh, not my problem, not my issue. And in fact, they live with Teflon, they survive, they have great careers, they get paid no matter what, but they don't actually have an impact. So be courageous like Carol Herbert.
Leader, Dean, and Mentor, Canadian Medical Hall of Fame Laureate, Dr. Carol Herbert.